Hello and welcome to DBC Evening News. It's 5:30 p.m. Bangladesh Standard Time, 11:30 GMT. First, the headlines. Much awaited DCC polls tomorrow, EVMs being sent to polling centers, EC arranges three-tier security. Tofail Ahmed raises questions over the role of diplomats in the city polls, EC Secretary optimistic. Over 300 students returning from China's Wuhan early Saturday will stay at a quarantine in Ashkona Hajj camp for 14 days. Election campaign for Dhaka City Corporation polls has been ended midnight in line with the electoral rules. Election Commission EC has completed all preparations including the maintenance of law and order at the election. The voting will begin at 8 a.m. tomorrow. The government has issued an 18-hour ban on plying of all kinds of vehicular movement from January 31st midnight to 6 p.m. on February 1st, marking the Dhaka South and North City Corporation polls. Besides, motorcycles will not be allowed to run from midnight January 30th till 6 a.m. on February 2nd. However, emergency services like ambulances, fire service, electricity, gas, postal, telecom and travel will remain out of purview of the ban. The ban will not be applicable for the vehicles with approvals from the EC. Electronic voting machine EVMs are being distributed to the presiding officers from 11 venues for the polling centers of Dhaka South City. The returning officer of Dhaka South City Corporation, Abdul Baten, said these to the newsmen this morning. He also said there are 1,150 polling centers in Dhaka South, of which 721 are considered important, while 429 are general. Polling materials, including electronic voting machine (EVM), are kept at 11 venues. Our presiding officers, assistant presiding officers, and polling officers will collect those materials on behalf of the respective centers. We will keep technical members, including number of army, without arms but with uniform. Foreign ambassadors should not work without own responsibility. After meeting of Awami League's North Election Management Committee in Bonani, coordinator Tofail Ahmed said these to the newsmen. Meanwhile, the Election Commission Secretary said that 100% preparation would be completed by the afternoon. He also hoped that the observers would perform their duties properly.
Local and foreign observers will be there. We gave stickers to the foreign observers on behalf of the permission of Election Commission. We will try our best for the peaceful election.
It has mentioned in our RPO, representation of people order, who will be the observers. Now we are a developing country. By the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, our country progressed a lot. We are not dependent on foreigners, so they should not interfere in every matter.
Centering two city elections, three-tier security measures have been taken in and around the city as pre-election, election time and post-election measures. The work of installing CCTV cameras is going on all polling centers. Some 40,000 members of different law enforcing agencies have been assigned duties for the election. As part of tightening security measures, 65 platoon of Border Guard Bangladesh BGB were deployed on Thursday morning. A BGB spokesperson said another 10 platoon of BGB members had been kept ready and would be deployed if needed. Other than paramilitary personnel, members of Police Rapid Action Battalion, Armed Police Battalion and Ansar would also be deployed around Dhaka soon, sources at the Election Commission said. In the meantime, 129 magistrates were deployed to conduct mobile courts during election.
আপনারা জানেন যে অনেকগুলো ভেন্যু আছে যেখানে 5-এর অধিক কেন্দ্র
The polling centers that we are considering more vulnerable have been brought under special security system comprising of Ansar, police and RAB. The high officials of the law enforcement agencies are monitoring those centers with special attention. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Kader has been admitted to Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University BSMMU in the capital as he suddenly fell ill on Friday morning. Kader, also the Road Transport and Bridges Minister, was now at Coronary Care Unit CCU of BSMMU after he had breathing problems in city's Dhanmondi area. The Presidium member of the party, Jahangir Kobir Nanok, later said Obaidul Kader is suffering from cold-related problems. He has infection in his lung but remains stable. Earlier, party secretary-level meeting was scheduled to be held at Awami League President's political office at 10 this morning, but later it was cancelled. Earlier in March 2019, Obaidul Kader fell sick and was admitted to BSMMU with critical condition. Later, he was taken to Singapore for better treatment. He was there for 2 months. Coming up next, United Kingdom prepares to leave the European Union within hours.
বাজারে সবার আগে আসা আরএফএল গার্ডেন চেয়ার উন্নত মানের ম্যাটেরিয়ালের সঠিক মিশ্রণে তৈরি হয় চেয়ার সহজে বেঁকে যায় না অ্যান্টি স্লিপার থাকায় পিছলে যাবার ভয় নেই আরএফএল গার্ডেন চেয়ার সেরা মান সেরা সিদ্ধান্ত
Health Minister Zahid Malik has said no Bangladeshi has been infected by coronavirus and those who are coming from abroad are not infected. Meanwhile, a special flight of Biman Bangladesh Airlines left Dhaka at 3 p.m. this afternoon to bring back 361 Bangladeshis from Wuhan of China. In the meantime, the crew received the necessary medical instruction for special flight. The Boeing 777-300ER with the capacity of carrying 419 passengers departed Dhaka airport at 3 p.m. for China. The flight is expected to return at 1:30 a.m. on Saturday. Upon returning home, Bangladeshis will first be taken at a quarantine at Kurmitola Hajj camp for decontamination. Then there they will be kept at immunization system made by the Institute of Epidemiology, Disease Control and Research IEDCR. They might be kept there for up to 14 days for medical examination. All necessary measures have been taken to decontaminate the Boeing. The health minister said the returnees will be able to go back to their homes in Bangladesh after 14 days of observation. The new coronavirus has been declared a global emergency by the World Health Organization as the outbreak continues to spread outside China. The main reason for the declaration is not what is happening in China, but what is happening in other countries, said WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom. The concern is that it could spread to countries with weaker health systems. Meanwhile, the U.S. has told its citizens not to travel to China. The State Department issued a travel forewarning, having previously urged Americans to reconsider the travel to China. Shops across Asia are running out of facial masks as anxious citizens are rushing to buy the hygiene products to protect themselves against the deadly Wuhan coronavirus. People from Beijing to California are stockpiling masks as the first line of defense from the novel coronavirus 2019 nCoV, which causes fever and breathing shortages. Factories are rushing to boost production, and in some parts in Asia, the wearing of surgical masks has become mandatory. The surge in demand comes despite advice from public health experts that while masks, if used correctly, can prevent the spread of the disease, but they cannot guarantee the virus protection. Lot more coming up in DBC Evening News. Do stay with us. Egypt has unveiled a new archaeological discovery in the southern governorate of Minoa, including 16 communal tombs belonging to the high priests of god Jehuti and senior officials of late period. Nearly 20 sarcophagi were unearthed at the tombs located in Al Ghoraifa archaeological site dating back almost 2,500 years, the country's Ministry of Antiquities said. In addition, 10,000 Ushabti figurines, 700 amulets, pottery vessels, and canopy jars were discovered. Last year, Egyptian archaeologists uncovered a tomb containing 50 mummies dating back to the Ptolemaic era close to the city's Tel Amera tombs. That's all for now. For more news and information, please visit dbcnews.tv. For more news, you can visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Stay with DBC News.